All right, guys, we are back.
Hoorah! Welcome back, everybody.
Hoorah.
So, speaking of those rakes,
Huh.
as you can see by what we got on screen there, all right, coming up next is Rake from Team Gravity coming up against, is that Kaldi? Is that how's that pronounced?
Sure, why not?
Kaldi. If anybody, somebody spell it phonetically in chat if I'm wrong. From Reason Gaming.
Ooh, he's Icelandic. That's funny.
He
We got a
is.
Norwegian versus an Icelander.
I know, it's great.
But anyways, continue.
Sorry, I got distracted because I was going to go into my whole Iceland's
Oh, free
green and
snow
Greenland's
cone for
icy.
the winner.
Free snow cone for the winner. Awesome. All right, so we have our Icelander, Kaldi, playing as our Zerg, and we have Rake from Norway playing as Protoss. So we should have some interesting matchups here. I am a Zerg player myself, so I do love the Zerg. And
They love you too.
Rob Shadow, of course, with his love of Protoss, so we will be
I
competing.
love all races.
You are not StarCraft racist?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
I used to be biased for Terran, but then I started coaching, and then all three races became very interesting to me.
Gotcha. So what are Rake's strengths? What do you think he's gonna be pulling out of his bag here to just try and win this matchup?
Well, you know, it's ironic that it says that he has reactive macro play, and that's generally how you would expect a Zerg player to play. He's
Yeah.
got strong timing-based attacks, which means he's got a parting-like style. Now, I'm just going by tail of the tape here.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I actually don't recall seeing him play. And strong defense. So apparently, he does. You know, he doesn't like to win the game very early, but he does like to win it from a timing attack.
What are those? Remind our viewers out there. What are those good timings versus Zerg? Where are those points that you really want to hit at?
I mean, the
Zerg's very
classic
vulnerable.
one is the Immortal Sentry all in. And then there are variations of the Immortal Sentry.
And that will just really catch the Zerg at a point where they don't have enough of any particular unit to really
Right
deal
before,
with it.
yep, right before the Hydras come out or the Mutalisks come out.
Ooh, holy shitballs. We have a third base down at the 3-minute mark, so we have a base per minute averaged by Kaldi here.
A bit ballsy, but not indefensible.
Not by any means, especially on this map. There's very easy way to defend that second and third base. Especially he's got destructible rocks here if he knocks down the mountain there, which I doubt he will. But very good choke point for defending a third base here. So I do like this move.
Well, I'm going to like it the longer it goes unscouted.
Well, let's take a look here and see how long it's gone unscouted. The entire base has gone out unscouted for the last 4 minutes now. So unfortunately, Rake has done 0 scouting. In his case, that's going to be very bad.
And I'd like to point out this is rather ballsy of Kaldi because he did not know if a Forge was going to go down from Rake or if a Forge was already down. And the reason why Zerg doesn't usually put down a third base in 3 minutes is because he's going to get cannoned and almost certainly lose the third. But he lucked out. I mean, there's really no other way to put it. He lucked out here. He made a blind play, and it's not going to go punished.
Nope, not at all. As Rake is heading into Stargate, kind of a traditional Protoss play, you know, going to kind of get some Phoenixes and stuff out there. He's going to eventually scout into a huge error that he made earlier on by not taking a look.
Yep, indeed.
Zergling speed's coming down. Zergling's going to start taking over the map here shortly. The mothership, fortunately, is out of range of Zerglings.
And those Zerglings are just going to make a little poke, see what's up there, and then back off.
Yeah, which is good. Now he knows that there's definitely a Stargate right up front. He'll be prepared for it. I'm sure we'll see some spore crawlers go down at the bases here.
Yeah, they need to get down relatively soon. Not quite yet, but they need to be down soon.
I'd say they need to be started by the time that second Phoenix hits the field.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Which is very shortly. So there's that second Phoenix out now. Going a different direction. He's splitting them. They're hunting Overlords down. So he might have a little bit more time than originally thought. But he's going to be getting supply capped here. Nope, he built 4 Overlords already. So he was already ready for that.
Indeed.
Man, how many Phoenixes is Rake going to pump out? Like, is he going to feel comfortable with just 4, or is he just going to keep just feeding them out?
Well, I mean, 4 is that critical number that allows you to kill a queen on 1 lift. So usually, if you're going to go Phoenix harass, you're going to want the 4.
So, and then there's a 5th one. So he's continuing to produce, anticipating, I'm guessing, Mutalisks. And there is the, oh crap moment. He just spotted the 3rd base first.
Yeah, and the Spore's not really down in time to protect that drone transfer.
It definitely was not, and a good amount of workers did get picked off there. Well, 4, I can say good amount. Still way ahead in the worker lead, though. Worker count.
And, yep, and here they're going to pick off the queen in the natural, which is very good.
Yep, those queens need to be back towards the mineral line more so those spore crawlers can defend them. Overlords are huddling, just like our favorite animation, huddling above the natural and the spore crawlers all together. The Phoenix is circling around ominously.
Yep, looking for every little opportunity they have to get in there.
Yep, here's some Zerglings attempting to do just a little run up and see what they can see. And maybe kill off a sentry? No, the sentry force fields out. Very nice play. Caught in time by Kaldi. One day Zerglings will evolve flight.
Yeah.
One day. You saw that
Today
too.
is not that day.
No, it's not.
Thanks for joining us, Winterhearted.
Yep,
Yeah.
welcome to the stream. We're up to 60 now, dude.
60 unsuspecting fools have logged.
Mm.
Oh, really? You want to do that with 60?
What?
60 viewers.
Hey, kids. Today's number is the number... Joint. What?
What?
Joint, Big Bird. Joint is not a number. I know, cram it. I called you cram it. You never saw that? Sesame Street?
Sesame-ish Street? No.
Yeah, oh man, you need to YouTube that. It's Big Bird and Kermit the Frog just getting blazed. At one point, Kermit says, Today is brought to you by the letter F-U.
Alright, well, hold that thought. Here comes a bunch of Zerglings. They're gonna... Nope. No, they're backing off.
Yeah, there's really... I mean, he's got enough sentries that he can push them away from wherever he wants right now. And even if they do get through, he can keep them kind of contained and hopefully let the Zealots kind of beat on them. And then once they do get through that, the Mothership Core drops a Photon Overcharge.
And I'm actually kind of surprised to see a Spire going down here for Kaldi. I'm going to have to assume he's going to make Corruptors, because when there's 5 Phoenix flying around, you really don't want to start creating Mutalisks. Yeah, no, not at all, because as soon as they're getting on the field, they're going to be getting picked off by those Phoenixes, so it's definitely got to be for Corruptors. That's the only thing I can think of that it would be. Which, Corruptors right now is probably a good decision with Colossus hitting the field as well. Void Rays will do a lot of damage to him, but he's definitely going to need a critical mass before those Void Rays really will chew through a good number of Corruptors. So he's going to have to just continue production on those as well. Mm-hmm. Upgrades coming down, the Thermal Lance and everything, more Stargates being added on. So he is probably going to be committing to a heavy Void Ray force, which... I'm not really sure how Kaldi's going to be able to counter that. Rake was kind of in trouble a little bit there at the beginning, letting those 3 go, but, with his harassment and here comes 12 Mutalisks, so he's like, you know what, fuck your Phoenix, I'm going to make Mutalisks anyways. And let's see what happens.
That is ballsy.
Well, I mean, here's 6 Corruptors. Okay, well, that's a different story right there.
Yeah, you gotta have the Corruptors to soak, I guess.
But,
is what it's going for.
I don't know, man, because there are 3 Void Rays in production. And already 1 on the field, so... this is risky. This is very risky.
Yeah, it is. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong, I love Zerg, but Zerg up against Zerg Air versus Toss Air is just such a painful battle.
Yeah, it really can be, especially if both sides are committed to it.
Yeah, and even though the Hydralisk Den is down, there's no upgrades coming out of that, so he's kind of just looks like he's decided to forego it. It's there as a just in case, but I don't think it's going to be an important... Oh, catches the drone transfer again.
Well, in theory, this doesn't end well for Zerg, but, you know, as I pointed out before, you know, I watch a lot of Korean. You know, North Americans have a surprising ability to surprise me. Now, granted, they're not North American. They're both from frigid glacier.
Well, Iceland is still considered North America, isn't it? It is on when you play Risk. I know that. Oh no, wait, that's Greenland. Damn it, I did it again. They're both technically EU. I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. My geography skills are not ghosts.
They're on par with your math skills.
They are. I know I'm actually really good at like normal math, but when you get into higher end math, I just don't care.
Like you've got the practical arithmetic. It's just, you know, the theoretical infinity equals 100% kind of baffles you.
Yeah.
And that is a nice little Phoenix gun here.
Yep, and those Mutalisks are not doing so well.
Well, I mean, the Corruptor escort is still decent, but
so many getting picked off though. They're
yeah, the Corruptors are not. Wow, they're really not engaged.
Oh my God, that was all the Mutalisks. There are 4 Mutalisks left alive from that huge flock. Oh man.
And that really shouldn't have happened. I mean, you know, Aeon Pulse Crystals is not even done yet for the Phoenix. They should not have been able to pull that off with bosses, or excuse me, Corruptors right there. Yeah,
and more Corruptors just getting rallied out there. I'm not sure what Kaldi's doing.
Well, now he's going Pathogen Glance. Yeah, I mean, you should have gone, what do you call them? Infestors a while ago, or Hydras.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That we were concerned about that, the Mutalisk Corruptors there, and for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 76 Zerglings, but you do realize most of the army here is Colossi Air that you're going to be fighting against.
Yeah, so those Zerglings are really not going to, do much. I mean, there's 15 Phoenixes out right now. They are powerlifting like Arnold Schwarzenegger out there. Come here, drone. I'm going to lift you. I'm going to pump you up. Yeah, there he goes. We got him.
You even had to slap yourself. I love it.
You got to do that. That's classic 1990s Arnold. You know, when he was doing his whole health kick thing, trying to get kids to work out.
What a Mac Daddy, man. Not only does he cheat on his wife and be governor, he's back into acting.
Yeah. He was still acting while he was governor. Like, what governor asks for time off to go do a movie? They're like, hey, I gotta go do a cover and a couple of lines, You guys handle this whole Senate thing.
Well,
I'll be
wasn't
back.
Fred Thompson kind of acting in Law and Order while he was senator or congressman?
Yeah, I don't know that bit of trivia. I knew you watch a lot of Law and Order, but that one is beyond my my scope of knowledge.
And at this point, Protoss is 50 supply ahead of Zerg, which is not usually the way it's supposed to be.
No, definitely not. He's almost maxed, so the death ball is rolling out. And even though there's 5 bases, that larva, I don't know. I just don't think.
Yeah, I mean, Groove Spines just started now. It's like, man, Roach Warren just started now.
Yeah. I mean, he does have a lot of Zerglings to throw at this, so we'll see how that, what turns out from that. But this choke point right here,
honestly, man, there's, come on.
If he was going to catch them, it would have had to have been out in the open, and this is just going to be the march of death. He just walks in, picks up the base. 5
Infestors and 13 Hydras versus, 3 Colossi, 7 Void Rays, 12 Phoenix, and then, oh, by the way, there's Stalkers there.
Yeah, 16 corrupted is just getting completed though as well.
That's good.
Yeah, so here they come. They're gonna start trying to pick some things off. The Phoenixes are lifting everything, so there's actually no Phoenixes shooting at the moment.
Yeah, there's virtually a Phoenix for every Hydra, which means the Hydras are completely negated.
Oh yeah, and then those Void Rays just melted those Corruptors when they came in. That's gonna be GG.
Now, Schwarzenegger is not going to be able to run for president unless they change the law, and he said he's not in favor of changing the law.
Correct. He is not a Native American, but inadvertent joke. He is not a naturally born citizen of the United States, so he cannot run for president.
You know, I got to give him credit because Schwarzenegger. Have you ever heard? He was having a dispute with a Democratic kind of like rival of his, and the guy was asking for something, and he had his office pen together a letter, which basically, if you read all the first letters of every sentence, it spelled "fuck you." Like literally, like it was just kind of a BS political response. You know, we're not really interested. You know, we appreciate you asking, blah blah blah. But it actually spelled "fuck you" on the left side of the page.
The first line of every.
Yeah.
Damn, nice. That's awesome.
I mean, we need more politicians like that.
That is so something I would do. Oh man.
Yeah. And he would call other politicians girly men for not
girly
being
man. You need to work on your pecs. You're such a girly man. I can make mine dance. Yours just hang there flabby like a woman.
Indeed. I knew there's a reason we keep you around.
my impersonations are on point. Did somebody say something about a point?
Oh man.
Bill Clinton's back. My favorite scene of any movie, not necessarily my favorite movie, but my favorite scene of any movie is from Good Morning Vietnam, when Robin Williams is doing his broadcast, where he's doing pretty much what we're doing right now, and he's just shifting from character to character. And I'm by no means a huge Robin Williams fan either, but that scene is just so damn hilarious.
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I watched the movie, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in forever. I'll probably end up watching it like tonight when I get home from the bar now.
The bar.
Yeah, I'm going to a costume party at the bar.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw your costume with the weird funky contacts.
Yep, they got the blackouts with just the ring, so my whole eye is blacked out. They are a bitch to get in, let me tell you. But they're a really cool effect, and I love them, so. Derelict Watcher.
Indeed.
Huh. Did you know that Control V brings up the EPM? And it has it like scaled like the other things?
And it scales like what?
Like when you hit Control A and stuff, it brings up like the armies and stuff like that. If you hit Control V, it brings up the EPM.
Yeah, you want to know how you know that?
I accidentally hit Control V because I was trying to paste something.
You click on that little drop down up in the top left of your screen.
Oh, it tells you.
Yeah.
It didn't used to always tell you.
Really?
Yeah, I had to figure them all out back in the day when I first started doing my casts, my YouTube
So you
channel.
just held down Control and randomly hit every key on your keyboard?
Yes.
Okay. Jared prefers to discover.
I do like to discover. It makes things interesting.
That must be kind of awkward in intimate situations where you're like, well, I know where it is, but I'm going to try and discover it.
It's not necessarily that kind of discovery when it relates to that,
Okay.
because I know where that is. I just have to figure out what to do with it for each individual one to make it work properly.
Right.
Because they all work differently. Not only when I tell you
This
they
is
don't.
true. This is true. I totally agree with that.
Okay, they're like a combination lock in gym class.
And half the
They all
time,
have different combinations.
They don't even know. Like you can't even. Like
Yeah.
it is kind of crude to be like, oh, so what do you like? Do you like it this way or that way? But even then, like they don't know.
No. How am I supposed to know if you don't?
Right.
Get back in the bedroom. Figure it out yourself. Call me in a couple hours. We'll come back and we'll formulate a plan. We'll think outside the box. We'll shift the paradigm. We can throw some more '80s business terms at you, and then we'll do this. We'll seal the deal here.
Thinking outside the box, huh?
Yeah.
Come on, Jared. Get with.
I almost lost that. I was taking a drink of Coke at the time, man. Damn it. Oh, you gotta think outside the box before you can work inside of it. Got beast. That was an outright just hearty chuckle.
Oh man, you would think we were watching StarCraft.
What's StarCraft? Shakes, help.
Yeah, man, Shakes is missing this serious discussion.
We're up to 68, man. Oh,
all right,
man.
so oddly enough, Kaldi's going to try it again. He's going to try and go the 3-hatch.
Yep, right. You know, we're back in 4 minutes. Right, 3 minutes. He threw it down again. Exact same strategies coming out. Rake throws down the exact same thing. And once again, let me take a look. Rake hasn't even scouted. He doesn't care. He just don't care. Rake's like, meh, this might as well happen. Yeah, exact same build out of both of them right now. So
I've got to decontort my face. You know, like when you laugh too much and your mouth gets locked into position,
stuck smiling. Your face
you can't
hurts.
talk.
Yeah. You got TMJ, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Forgot you get your tetanus shot.
Ooh, I haven't had my booster in a long time.
There you go. See? Health reminders. Get your shots.
That's right.
Get your tetanus shot so you don't get TMJ. What is TMJ? You know, I never understood why TMJ equaled lockjaw. It's like those
actually,
initials don't line.
It's not really technically lockjaw because TMJ can be just a degenerate disease of your jaw.
Yeah.
Whereas lockjaw is like,
ow,
you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, kinda. All right, so once again, the starport just finished up. Forge is completing up. Here come the Phoenixes. And
I'd be interested to see if Kaldi decides to go Hydra this time instead of Mutalisk.
Definitely. It would also be interesting to see if he gets down those damn spore crawlers sooner. Last matchup, he was way too slow getting those.
Yeah.
Down.
Yeah, he was a little behind.
You know, there's the second Phoenix just came out. I would love to see those spore crawlers started now, but it just doesn't look like that's a priority for him at the moment. And
interestingly enough, Kaldi, it looks like he's preemptively pulling his overlords back.
There's the spore crawlers. Hey, good. Hey, I mean, as soon as you saw that, yeah, there was one getting caught there now. But as soon as he saw that Stargate, he needed to start pulling them back. Maybe you might be able to save one.
Yeah. That's never good, though, when you play... You don't want to play scared. I mean, yeah, sometimes you know what your opponent's doing, you got to respond to it, but I didn't really see any serious Overlord coverage from him.
Yeah, you're right. It didn't look like he sent too many out to begin with. It was just the two, I think. And man, this Phoenix count has hit 4 quickly.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 spores for every base now, so...
Yeah, and go ahead.
Yeah, no, and I like where they're positioned. You know, they're intelligently placed.
Yeah, and just like this time, he didn't make the same mistake they had last time of having his queen out in the middle of nowhere. He actually brought the queen back and has them protected by the spore crawlers this time, so that was a good improvement on his decision-making process.
Now, his Evo chamber went down a little bit quicker this time, so I'm hoping he decides to go Hydralisk.
Still there?
Yep, still.
Okay, I had a internet spike there. Yeah, his Evo chamber is down.
The layer's about to finish.
Yeah, layer's about to finish. So this is the big moment right here.
Yeah,
where is he going?
There's missile attack, so more than likely he's going Hydralisk this time.
That is some outstanding foreshadowing.
Haha.
Get it? Foreshadowing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on point. My puns are legendary.
Nothing beats thinking outside the box, though.
No, it doesn't. it helped that I didn't get it for a couple seconds, too. The fact that I didn't get it for a couple seconds is just insane.
Well, not everyone's mind is always in the gutter.
I know, I try, though. And 2 more get picked off, but he does... Did he lose one Phoenix? I think he lost 1 there. Nope,
Yep.
almost.
No,
He
it was really
microed away.
close.
Yeah, he was able to micro it away. Phoenix is just hanging out inside the base. Overlord's crying for help.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Groov's fine getting started, so he is going Hydralisk right off the bat.
Yep.
And Rake already transitioning towards Colossus. Is he going to need that Spire eventually, or you think just getting it is an outstandingly bad idea in this scenario?
No, it's not a bad idea. It's just I could tell from the time that he made it in the last game that he was not thinking, ooh, let me get a bunch of Corruptors. He was thinking, I should make Mutalisks. And I was like, no, you shouldn't make Mutalisks. I think if he puts down a Spire in response to Colossi, that's fine. You know, the timing is a little smarter for that now. And by the way, he's got 13 Hydralisks and 8 more in production.
Yep, 17 now hitting the field. A whole lot of Zerglings.
But Protoss is on this third base, and this is going to be interesting to see if the Protoss can actually defend it.
That will be the key, because if Protoss 3-base, it's going to be very hard for the Zerg to stay in it, but he does have a Colossus there. He's got a lot of force fields, and Rake just runs in and takes a look. Is that a... Yep, that's a Changeling. Yes! Champion Changeling. Hanging out there, just scouting the front.
So this is quite a nasty little force here from Kaldi. If he's able to pick off this Colossus, he is going to absolutely destroy it.
Oh! Those force fields are not in the best of places, but there's no focus fire on the Colossus. There's the focus fire. Another Colossus comes and joins the field up on the high ground. Everything's getting melted. Oh, it takes out a lot, but that Colossus is doing a lot of damage, able to hold the fort. Takes one Colossus down, but loses everything. And like you said, as a response, the Spire is down and almost completed now. More upgrades from the Protoss coming out, as well as 2 more hatcheries going down. That third base definitely going to get up and operational now. Kaldi knowing that he needs to take another base. More Zealots coming out, and the Roach Warren coming to help change up that composition a little bit. Whereas there's not a lot of Stalkers. I didn't see any Immortals. I don't think there are any Immortals.
Well, there wouldn't have been any reason to build them.
Yeah. So no Immortals. Roaches, I like it. Although
Here
there
comes
are...
Mutalisk. So we got a Mutalisk transition again, and this might be more effective. Well, the second Stargate's going down.
Yeah, but he's building Void Rays now. He's not building any more Phoenixes, but he's going to be able to reinforce quickly enough is the problem.
Yeah, right now, the Mutalisk is not a bad idea. But if Rake actually catches wind of this in time and switches back to Phoenix...
Yeah, he's building another Phoenix right now. I don't know if he saw the Mutalisks.
He might not get it the time, though, because, I mean, here's 15 Roaches coming from Zerg. He's already got 16 Mutalisks and 60 Zerglings. I think the Zerg is out for blood, and he's probably going to get it if he hits at the right time, which is sooner than later.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, as soon as he's Roaches, he's already moved out. There's the Mutalisk coming in the back, so he just now spots the Mutalisk. He's building another Phoenix. They are going to be able to kite. He doesn't have the upgrade on him yet. Oh, man. But they just... Oh, they move around
you gotta be
so
careful.
well.
That's a lot of Phoenix, man. What are you doing?
Those Mutalisks would have been so much better with the main army instead of...
Well,
that.
yeah. Yeah, and now he's forced to retreat because there's so many Phoenix out there.
Does he? Let's check the counts. He's got no Hydralisk with the army, so that was his heir-to-heir. Has 37 Roaches now. We do see more Phoenixes being... So maybe he'll overproduce Phoenixes, although I don't know. I don't know. He might be overproducing Phoenixes now. He's picking up these Roaches one at a time, but
yeah,
there's a lot of Roaches.
Well, I don't know. There's 18 Zealots, 21 Zealots, and 3 Colossi.
You think the Roach is going to be able to cut through that? Did he rebuild any sentries?
He's only got 3 sentries. You know, that's a good point.
He does have 3 sentries, so...
This is not clear cut to me.
No, I think Rake's going to be able to hold this off, though. I think he did overproduce the Phoenixes a little bit, but... Ooh. There was not great force fields. Zergling's getting cleaned up. Roaches are starting to get cleaned up.
And
Yep.
that was... Wow.
Yep. Kaldi just couldn't hold it together. So 2 quick games. Well, not quick, but as we went over with the strengths, those timing-based... not even really timing-based attacks. I don't know. They're mid-level, mid-game games, we'll call them. We're not going to call them
A timing attack can occur at any point in the game.
Yeah. There just never was. I mean,
yeah.
Rake just defended everything. He didn't have to really move out on that one.
No. He just had to win decisively and hold his third, which he did.
Yep. All right, so what's Kaldi's answer? He's done the same, almost same build both times, and in both games, he's made Mutalisks at what seems like not the greatest idea that he could have done.
Well, I don't think that the Mutalisks he made this game were wrong. The problem is he engaged a shit ton of Phoenix with them instead of getting the hell out of Dodge or saving them for his army. You know, the harass was good, but he didn't really attack with the rest of his army while he was harassing.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, if there was like 30 roaches there, if he would have engaged while those Phoenixes were off trying to deal with the Mutalisks, that might have been a different story. That third base might have fallen, the Colossus might have died. That could have been a completely different story if he would have split engaged that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe if he's a little more conservative, more like he played here in the second game versus the first, then he might be able to do okay.
All right, well, we'll see. Do you think he's going to try and go for something a little more aggressive instead of that third, that fast third?
I don't know. I don't know him well enough.
Yeah. Do you think it would be smart to try and switch to something, or just stick with what it appears that what he's practiced with?
If he's practiced with that quick third hatch, then he needs to stick with it.
Yeah, something that you've practiced with is easier to deviate from than something you've never done before.
Yeah.
You start off with a fast harass opening, and the game ends up not ending early. You're in a lot of trouble if it's something you've never done before, because you're just not going to be able to back it up. I have run into that problem many a times. It's just like I'll see something cool and I'll be like, "Oh, let me try that," and then it'll fail horribly. I'll be like, "Damn it!" All right, so our third game coming up: Rake versus Kaldi. Zerg versus Protoss is going to be on Whirlwind LE. Rake has got a 2-0 lead. Kaldi has got to pull something out here to bring it back, to try and force a nice comeback.
Ooh.
You think? What?
Thank you, Rabbit, for posting our link.
Thank you. You think Rake's going to continue to play standard with the way he's going to do, or do you think he's feeling comfortable? He's going to try and do something cheeky.
No, there's no point in doing anything cheeky. He's too well.
Yeah.
To do something cheeky at this point would be almost BM.
What does BM stand for again?
Well, bad-mannered. Now,
okay.
Understand that bad-mannered in StarCraft is a little different than... Like, there's subtlety to it. Like, yes, there's bad-mannered people who are just like, fuck you, you're going to lose. And they just start that from the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But usually, like, Korean BM is like, manner mules, manner carrier, cheese you when I know that I'm better than you. Like, just the fact that they're going cheese is insulting enough in their culture.
Gotcha. All right, so now I'm on board with some of the lingo that I have been rather ignorant to. I always heard BM, and I kind of knew what it meant, but I never knew what it actually stood for.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on who you talk to. And of course, the nationality of the person doing it.
BM.
Culture.
That's bullshit, man.
So, surprisingly, Beast's dad does not know what the main event is. And that is going to be Happy Zerg versus Neeb.
Every time I hear Happy Zerg, I just see that big lovable Ultralisk from from the cartoon strip with its tongue hanging out.
Yeah, he's
I gotta
so eager to please, and that's so
He
true.
is. He is.
In Wings of Liberty, man, those Ultralisks are so eager to please.
I kind of do you think? I remember I was playing in beta for Heart of Storm when it first came out, and they had the Ultralisks had the burrow charge. Do you think they should have kept that in the game? I mean, come on, how
Oh my
awesome was
god,
that?
people would be so pissed.
That would be so awesome. I love burrow charge.
That would be like keeping the Warhound in.
The Warhound, I don't know. I never had a problem against the Warhound. Well, I guess
Right,
it
because
was-
you didn't watch people build 150 Warhounds and then stomp on the opponent.
I had somebody go mass Warhound versus me when in the beta.
Can you believe they
But
had
I'm
the
playing
balls?
Zerg,
When they
so.
first when they added Warhound in the game, they're like, "Oh, let's make this Marauder on steroids be one supply."
Yeah, that was kind of dumb. Isn't the Marauder even 2 supply?
Yeah.
It should have been 3 supply.
Something like that. Yeah.
Let's make it 1 supply. They just wanted to see what would happen. They were trolling everybody. if you're out there and you play any of the Blizzard games and you think that Blizzard doesn't troll you, you are wrong, shitmate.
Yeah, every time you pay your $60, you just got trolled.
Yep. Alrighty. Yeah, well, once again, Gravity Rake doing a
Alright,
very
Kaldi.
similar build.
Definitely mixing it up. If you haven't noticed, he's still on one base 5 minutes into the game.
I have noticed. And here come the Zergling.
And generally, one base Zerg is not effective.
No. There goes the back wall pylon behind the Zealot there, holding the front lines against a wave of Zerglings.
Yeah, and if this is held off, then it's pretty much GG for Zerg at this point.
Yeah, definitely. And the more and more Zerglings are just getting picked off. There's some more coming across the field, but
And this is exactly how you hold it, what Rake is doing. As you see a building getting weak, you just build another one behind it.
yep. So if you're ever wondering, if you're a Protoss and you're having a hard time against wing rushes early, this is what you do.
And then whichever buildings aren't done when the attack is over, just cancel. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a GG from Kaldi. Really, not so hard for that to work against a Protoss player. I mean, even a bad Protoss player, that's hard to pull off. A good Protoss player, I don't know. Kaldi went for something different, though. He tried something.
Yeah, he tried something, but man, let this be a lesson to you guys who are learning. One base Zerg has been proven to be, not just because of this game, it has been proven to be a loss with proper play against Protoss. Hell, against Terran too. It's just one base Zerg is just not powerful. Obviously in ZVZ it's a totally different dynamic, but one base attacks, because you can wall off, are generally not effective.
I mean, if you get a good Baneling bust against a Terran that doesn't know what's coming,
Right.
that can work.
Of
But
course.
against a Protoss that can shield and wall it in,
You're counting on the opponent not knowing it's coming.
yeah. And yeah, Rake was just well prepared for that. I mean, he had a perfect, top shelf wall in there, put the buildings right behind perfect, was
Top
not
shelf.
panicking. Yeah, it's the top shelf.
Speaking of top shelf, how's your alcohol doing?
Speaking of top shelf. You good over there? You guys got the Johnny Walker black label or blue label or whatever the top one is?
Yeah.
Is it blue label?
No, there's an even higher one.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, it's way above Black Label. It's like, I don't even remember what it's called.
Platinum label.
It's funky.
Masters League play label.
Yeah, of course, Masters.
Grandmasters label. Johnny Walker Grandmasters. All right. So before this gets too ridiculous, although we'll get more ridiculous when we come back, I just want to say thanks to Rake and Kaldi, representing Norway and Iceland respectively. Outstanding match. Everybody take a break, grab some food, grab some liquor, grab, someone's ass, because coming up is our Fright Night main event, Happy Zerg and Neeb. You're not going to want to miss this.
And the straw poll. What caster is enraged? QQ shakes QQ more. And Shadow wins 75% to 25%.
Good job, man. You are a pro.
I am decisively a bigger asshole than you.
Decisively. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and mute. Martin's gonna start you guys up some music. We're gonna grab more of our happy juice.
And new viewer, a little late to the scene. I already ate, but I'm sure some more eating will come soon.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab me a kebab.
All right. So
All right.
we'll be back soon.